Ms. Polisan.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Singapore is a thriving international hub. We expect 12 to 14 million visitors this year. Last year, passenger movement at Changi Airport totaled 32.2 million and is expected to return to pre-COVID traffic of 68.3 million by 2024. Over the same period, we had close to 1.2 million cruise passengers. At Tuas and Woodlands land checkpoints, daily crossings are around 300,000 to 400,000 people. In 2022, 104.8 million travelers were cleared. An efficient, effective, and resilient border control is critical to smoothen the movement of people and restrict criminals and blacklisted travelers from coming into Singapore. With the increasing number of visitors juxtaposed against a shrinking workforce, the use of technology to automate immigration clearance is a critical enabler. I support the introduction of the new clearance concept. Advanced technology will improve the speed of immigration clearance and enhance security. Digitalization and automation will enable the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority to make efficient use of limited manpower resources. ICA is one of the early adopters of facial recognition technology. When Changi Airport Terminal 4 opened in October 2017, the automated immigration gates allowed Singaporean passengers to sail through immigration clearance without the need to interact with an ICA officer. The shift to the automated clearance by using facial recognition and fingerprint for identity validation was a major milestone then. ICA has extended the automated clearance to foreigners as well. Since May 2022, more than 4 million foreign visitors from 51 jurisdictions have enrolled in the automated clearance initiative and cleared immigration with their biometric details. The next new clearance concept will allow residents and visitors living in Singapore to clear immigration without having to use their passports from 2024. Instead, they can use the automated border control system with their biometrics for clearance. With NCC, immigration clearance will become even faster and smoother for all travelers. In addition, the amendments to the bill will enhance ICA's powers to obtain information on travelers upstream. The introduction of no boarding directives will require transport operators to deny the boarding of undesirable individuals that are a threat to our security, screening them prior to arrival and prohibiting them from arriving or transiting is a necessary step towards the protection for Singapore. The benefits of faster and easier immigration clearance and manpower savings are evident. However, the typical pitfalls associated with digitalized and automated systems must also be highlighted and the mitigation measures carefully considered. I shall highlight 3 key concerns. The first relates to system reliability and their massive knock-on effects. The system must be made extremely robust to prevent system breakdowns, long downtime, and false negatives, which will all result in delays in clearance, resulting in build-up of long queues and passengers missing their flights and other knock-on effects. Sometime in March this year, there were delays and long queues at Changi Airport and land checkpoints. This disruption to the immigration clearance system lasted more than 5 hours. All automated departure lanes in all 4 airport terminals, as well as at Woodlands and Tuas checkpoints, were affected by this system disruption, and some passengers missed their flights. Will the new clearance concept be more resilient to such breakdowns? Here are some questions. 1. How can ICA prevent or minimize the occurrences of such failures? What measures does ICA have in place to protect and reinforce the systems? 2. Will the ministry have regular independent audits to check on failure rates? 3. What are the contingency plans, since manning levels will be minimal with the implementation of NCC? And 4, how quickly can the backup response kick in? I do hope that there are sturdy solutions to address these technical weaknesses and operational impacts. The second concern relates to cybersecurity and biometric vulnerabilities. Despite cybersecurity protection, hacking incidents and data breaches continue to affect both private companies and public organizations more often than expected. In 2021, there was a data leak affecting 580,000 Singapore Airlines customers arising from an external air transport information technology company. Last year, personal information of 4,749 cruise shop customers were exposed to a phishing attack. For the departure process, the new clearance concept entails an end-to-end biometric system to be used to verify identities and travel details at various automated touchpoints from backdrop to immigration and to boarding. This would mean that the traveler's biometric information will be stored and linked to even more points than we have today. Though this process will provide more convenience, will the trade-off result in an increase in a higher risk exposure to data breaches? Internationally, the number of public and private organizations collecting and keeping biometric information has been increasing. Correspondingly, the number of hacking incidents involving biometric data is also on the rise. Given this trend, how will the Ministry ensure the strictest protection for biometric data? Unlike passwords, we must be mindful that in the event of data breaches, biometric data such as fingerprints and iris scans cannot be reset. How can we assure Singaporeans, residents, and travelers of their concerns over the collection of their biometric information is a safer option compared to traditional identification methods? I am also concerned about the credentials and quality of IT contractors, systems, and staff when it comes to outsourced technology work. How robust are the checks on these contractors and the background clearance of their staff? What are the potential vulnerabilities from the involvement of foreign partners, firms, and governments? Lastly, are these IT systems contracted out to firms with foreign associations? My third concern is about small private bus operators. Bus operators had expressed that they are facing difficulties in submitting passenger information before their vehicles arrive at the Woodlands and Tuas checkpoints. They are also worried that some passengers might use fraudulent identities. Understandably, these bus operators will not have the means to validate such information. We should not burden the bus operators on immigration matters. To get around this problem, I would like to suggest that foreigners entering Singapore via the land checkpoints submit SG arrival cards online 3 days before their arrival. This way, ICA can inform any affected passengers directly on any entry concerns. I hope ICA will assist these rather senior small operators who are not tech-savvy with their operating costs. Mr. Speaker, sir, notwithstanding my 3 concerns raised, I will conclude with my support for the bill. Thank you.